It's up again. It happened again. Read the book on Instagram Live. Wouldn't let me save it. So here I am reading the chapter again for everybody consumption. So without further ado, let us go ahead and jump into the last chapter of this book. Chapter 8 of The Night Zookeeper, the Elephant of Tusk Temple. Here we go. Chapter 8. A furious voice filled the air. "Voids, fall back," ordered the Lord of North. The remaining voids began to retreat. North glared down at Maji. "You may have won this time, Elephant," he said. "That boy showed some real spirit. But believe me, the next time we meet, I will crush that spirit from him, and he will follow me." "Never!" shouted Will. "I'll never be like you, you miserable gray bully." The projected image of North fizzled out, and the last boy left the ruins of the temple. Will found that his fists were clenched and his legs were shaking. He looked around at the devastation of the battle. The broken pillars, the smashed stones, the crushed plants and flowers, and the broken silent voids. A sickly feeling gripped his stomach. Sam galloped out from his hiding place. "You did it, Will." Rhea emerged from underneath Maji and gave him a quick hug. "That was amazing. Will, what's wrong?" Will's eyes filled with tears. "I didn't do anything," he said, his voice catching. "Look around. There's nothing left, just piles of stones and broken voids. I'm sorry, Maji. I failed the last trial, didn't I?" Maji raised her trunk and placed the tip gently on Will's shoulder. "Now, why in the world of night would you think that?" she asked with a mysterious smile. "I don't understand," said Will, confused. "The temple. I had to save the temple, and it's gone. I don't deserve to be the night zookeeper." Maji lowered her head and looked Will square in the eye. "Will, there's something you must understand," she said. "Saving the temple was never one of your trials. The real trial was to use all that you have learned about never giving up, bravery, and concentration to make the most of your imagination. The real trial was to save me. And here I am, safe and sound, thanks to you." Will blinked away his tears. "But your beautiful temple," he mumbled. "It doesn't matter," Maji replied. "Well, the Lord of North thought that if he destroyed the temple, he would destroy all that we hold dear. Imagination, curiosity, and free thought. He was wrong, because the temple is not home to these things. It's just a bunch of stones, after all." Maji placed the tip of her trunk on Will's chest. "No, Will, the real home of these things is here, inside you. That spark of creativity is alive, thriving, and safe inside you. And when you fuel that spark with persistence, well, then you get something very special indeed. It's why I chose you to be the night zookeeper, and it's why you have passed the trials with flying colors." A warm glow of happiness and pride filled Will's chest. He beamed at Maji. "Yes!" exclaimed Rhea. Sam, whose big eyes were glistening, sniffed a couple of times. "It is time for you all to continue your journey," said Maji. "Thank you, Rhea. Thank you, Sam. Your friendship with Will only makes all of you stronger. And now I must continue my journey too. The Lord of North will be plotting his next move, and I must be ready." "But can't we travel with you?" asked Will, a lump forming in his throat. Maji shook her huge head slowly. "Not this time, Night Zookeeper. You must continue your adventures without me." The infinity symbol on Maji's head burst into light, and her enormous purple body shimmered. Wait, please don't go, Will whispered. Remember, Will, persistence is the key, she said. She was fading from sight. She kept her wise, twinkling eyes on Will. Her voice filled the night air. And all you have to do is believe. Will, Rhea, and Sam stood alone in the quiet ruins of the temple. Well, what now? Asked Rhea quietly. Will shook his head. Now Magi had gone. He suddenly felt small and unsure again. I really don't know, he said. Knock, knock, said Sam. Not now, Sam, said Rhea. Knock, knock, insisted Sam. Who's there? Will replied. Stopwatch. Stopwatch who? Stop what you're doing and look at this, Sam said. Will gasped. The ground around their feet was alive. Will's heart flew into his mouth. Huge green snakes were writhing amongst the ruins of the temple. Then he realized they weren't snakes at all. It was the silent creepers. What are they doing? Asked Rhea. Will watched as two creepers slowly pulled a pillar upright, and others placed a huge stone on top of another. I think they're rebuilding it, he said in amazement. They're putting the temple back together. The voids, said Rhea. Suddenly, look what they're doing to the voids. They stared in fascination as the creepers swept over the piles of broken robots, lifting and wrapping each one in a coat of lush vegetation. They're turning them into those statues, exclaimed Sam. The creepers carried each leafy void slowly over the ground towards the entrance to the maze. Well, I guess we're not needed here anymore, remarked Rhea. Will nodded and smiled. It would take time, but he was happy that the temple would one day stand there proudly again. He raised his torch. Ready, guys? Ready, chorused Rhea and Sam. Will drew a huge infinity symbol in the night sky. Another landscape slowly emerged on the other side of the portal. It was a huge, jagged, icy mountain. Whoa, said Rhea. That is so cool and so weird. I've heard of this place, said Sam excitedly. It's called the Mountain in the Sky. Will gazed at the spectacular scene. The mountain was indeed floating in the sky. A beautiful frozen waterfall jutted from the edge of the mountain down toward the ground far below. Will stepped forwards, followed by his two best friends, through the portal and into a new adventure. The end. That's it. All right. Now, when I was reading this on Instagram Live, a person asked me a question via one of those sticker things. And the question was, why did I choose this book? Or how did I choose this book? Well, to recap, for those of you that did not read along with me the last couple ones, or if you just catching up. The reason why I chose this book is because a few months ago, my actual class and I were watching a series of videos on Class Dojo. And this series of videos were about storytelling. And the videos were based on the Night Zookeeper. That's how I found out about the series. That's how I found out about the book. So when I realized that it was an actual book series, that it was an actual, series of books written by this author named Joshua Davidson, I said, okay, I want to find these books and I want to read them to the class. Well, the book series is primarily written in Great Britain. And so they're really scarce here in America. I think this one was found on Amazon. I think I had it on my wish list. Yes, I did have it on my wish list. And so the other books are really hard to get. Hopefully I'll be able to find them because I would love to read the rest of the series to you guys. But the series that was on Class Dojo was about storytelling, and it was, characters, plot, problem, and solution. And so the whole series is about Will, who's the night zookeeper, who solves problems using his imagination. And I thought that that was a great theme to go with, a great lesson to teach kids, is that they can use their imaginations to not only solve problems, but to also express themselves creatively and to show the world how they are and how to express themselves through creativity. And so I really enjoyed reading this book, and I look forward to hopefully one day reading the rest of the series to you guys if I can find them. So for the to that person who asked the question, thank you very much for asking that question, and thank you for being a loyal, I guess, student, a loyal listener to my chapters. Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated. And to everybody who reads these stories with me, who listens to my chapters, it's also greatly appreciated. I hope everybody is safe. I hope everybody is healthy. I know that this is a tough time that everybody's going through right now, and I pray that it's over soon. And I hope that you guys can get back to your regular classrooms and, get to your regular teachers. And I will continue to be here for you guys when you need me. I'll continue to help you guys out whenever you need some help with something, and I will continue to try to entertain you with educational stuff. So thank you once again for listening to this story. Once again, that was the end of this book, end of this particular book in the series. I hope to find the other ones to read them to you sometime soon. And I think that's it. Oh, also, I'm going to, on Snapchat and on Instagram, I'm going to put up some selections. I'll let you guys choose which books you want me to read. Some of them will be standalones, and others will actually be part of a series. So I will actually give you the opportunity to choose whether or not you want me to read a series of books or just a standalone book. And you guys will get to choose what my next chapter a day book will be. So I will talk to you guys later. Hope you guys are doing great. To my class, to my students, my third graders, which will now officially be fourth graders. I miss you guys, love you guys, and I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope you guys are doing well, and I wish you guys have a great break, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. You have a great one, and I will talk to all of you later. Until next time, peace.